3 strong points. So that's a 3-2 for round 1, correct?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So flip it one more time.
Yep. And then let's announce to everyone after the second flip.
Sparrow, do you want to take that? You've been typing in as well, just to keep us from double messaging.
So now
I think if BDSQ realized a little bit earlier they could have made that strong of a push, they might have actually taken the point.
So I'm
I
gonna
wonder.
take this moment to update the match schedule as well. So that's going to be round 1 is going to be 3-2 to BDSQ. Just so we're keeping track of everything. And that's going to be...
We got reports of people being on the wrong team.
Yeah, well, we still have to flip it a couple of times. We'll let everybody sort it out. There's a 5-minute break just for that specific thing.
Yeah, it does look like they've kind of swapped. Our guys have been swapped around.
Here, I'll turn. Let me turn off the restrictions. Or auto balance is off. It only allows me to enable it. So auto balance is off. They can switch whatever.
Yeah.
Exchange of hostages. I like that.
Did anyone happen to hit tab and see player scores at the end of that?
I did. Well, I didn't get all of them.
So we should do that for next round.
Yep, definitely.
So we
Let
can...
me close all of my open squads.
Do we want to call it, say, at like the last minute, at the final minute mark, we just hit tab and kind of open up?
Yeah, so when we're doing that 10-second countdown, everyone just hit tab and we'll scroll through. Unless it's like if it's really close, like it's going to be down to the second which cap it's going to go, then we'll look and then we'll take an extra second.
If we're doing one on the attack and one on defense, then whoever's on the cap that is being taken, they keep their stream of the action going, where the two that are on the other point, unless both points are, I guess, under in a close race, but
yeah, it's easier. I wasn't too sure. I kept like moving my camera around probably when I should need to. This is gonna get cut in post, by the way. This 5-minute break.
So let's go through the teams. We're gonna have to move some people. So right now BDSQ should be on Axis. Never Play Alone should be on Allies. So let's make sure they get everyone sorted.
it looks like we're good on
We got
the
Saturn.
Allies.
Yeah, we got a couple of people
Axis
who...
is fairly... There are people for both sides that do not have T tags.
Actually, it looks like the Axis have lost a couple players here. I think they're just coming back in now.
Looks like Lucky Benny is on Axis side.
Yeah,
He's NPA tags. Let me throw that over there.
Let's just type that there may be a short delay as we swap players to correct sides. Strider, so can you get in biometrics? I'll tell you who to swap.
I'm doing that right now.
Alright,
Easy Buck
Compton Benny. And Lucky Benny needs to be swapped.
Lucky Benny's been swapped.
Easy Buck Compton.
Swapped.
Okay. And that looks good for us. And then let's see about the NPA side. Make sure they're all on the right side.
They have 43 players, it looks like. So
yeah,
maybe
they might have
one or two.
BDSQ. It looks like they're good.
Do people get kicked? Oh, there's more people coming in as they load in. It seems that people are taking a while to load in right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just jumped out to come back in and switch teams.
I guess. Oh. That
I
makes
know
sense.
they moved the location of where you switch teams because I went looking for it the other day and it wasn't in the top right corner because
Yeah,
they
no,
moved it down to the bottom left now.
especially if you just load in, you'll have to join a squad, leave the squad, and then you can swap teams.
Yeah.
It's not
So
fair
let's
for the
give it
new
another
guy.
5 minutes
That's fine.
to work out teams.
So we're still missing about 11 people.
Yeah. So we'll go live we'll flip it at 120. Yeah, because by doing that double map flip, it is possible
Did you?
the game will do something funny where it.
Oh, did you do that before everybody was loaded in?
I just flipped it twice.
Oh,
But that shouldn't matter. I think a lot of them, because everyone was in the server, I think a lot of them just, people were like,
left
oh, I have
and
to, like,
joined in.
switch teams now, whatever. But really, we're setting it up for them, so they don't have to do anything. We're trying to make it really easy for
They
them.
don't have to do anything. They just sit there and look pretty.
Yep. So McLaren Sparrow, you guys are relaying to the.
Yeah, I just said we will flip the map and go live at the 120 mark.
Yep. Just so everyone has a little bit of time. And this is the first round. I think by the second round, everyone's going to have a little bit of experience and it'll be super easy.
Everybody will be warmed up.
Yeah, that said, the game also does weird things. Sometimes when you flip, it'll randomly switch your team for balancing purposes.
Well, and I know some people, they get connection issues. Like I've had it before where the map flips around and it just completely kicks me out and I lose connection to the host. It's happened before. But
yeah, which is why we try to do that 5 minute. We kind of baked in that 5 to 10 minute buffer just so if anyone needs to take everyone can catch their breath a little bit.
Looks like things are starting to balance out again. We're at 40 and 39 players.
Now we're at 80
Perfect.
total.
Just a couple of more.
So all NPA has to do for the next round is just tie at the very least. If they just take the middle point, they can win this match.
Actually, Sparrow, can you hop in to the GoFundMe and just see what the fundraising is right now? I believe right now NPA has the tiebreaker because they have more fundraising.
I'm wondering if with that last push that BDSQ made on Mason to Creek, if they're going to come out even stronger. Because they took St. Mare so early and then they were a little bit more defensive. But that last little push, they might get them a bit more aggressive.
So we just got a ton of money. We're at $2,000.
I love it.
That's
the
awesome.
second you make it like the tiebreaker is based on fundraising, everyone's like, "Let's go!"
Yeah, so NPA is at $445. The seventh cap is still at the most at $650. Followed by NPA at 445. Then it's the 107th at 344, and then BDSQ, DKB, and KRT are at 190.
Nice. Watch as they're like, I think that's if anyone was like, I don't know if I'm gonna throw that $5, but then it's like the game's on the line.
I would bring it up to the BDSQ guys right now and just say like, hey, if they take the middle point, they technically win because they've raised more money than you guys. See if it causes a bad rush.
We could do a blanket reminder that the tiebreaker, in the event of the tie, the clan with the most money raised will win the match.
Yep.
We could just put that in as like a
how do you do all
server in the Alcon?
I'll do it.
Rob?
Do it.
Just type it in your team.
Right.
Boo.
Looks like we're still waiting for a couple of people.
Yeah, that's okay. So the way the rule set is set up too is people can join as the match is going, as long as we don't get too many. So I'll flip the map in 20 seconds.
So it looks like about 25 seconds.
I sent a message to the NPA guys just saying like, hey, just a reminder, the tiebreaker is determined by the amount of money raised.
Okay, so we're going server commands, change map, and we're going St. Mary Lease Warfare. Yes?
There we go.
Yes, sir.
And we're off.
Round
I think
2.
the last few just joined in right as the map flipped
Perfect.
too.
So let's just
perfect
monitor for the first like 5 minutes. Let's make sure the teams are even. In the event that there is an uneven team, we try to give each team at least 30 seconds to a minute to correct. And then if they don't, we'll just kick the last person as kind of like, make sure you guys figure this out. Because, in a very, very competitive match, even one person could make a huge difference. So we want to keep that as fair and honest as possible.
So I have learned my lesson, and I am not going to spawn at the center HQ this time.
Same here.
All right.
And we're
All right.
off.
We spawning at the
Welcome,
center.
ladies and gentlemen. This is round 1, match 1, part 2. NPA versus BDSQ and QRT versus Never Play Alone. In the first match, well, I'm not going to tell you who won. You can go watch that video. So we now have the NPA as the Germans and BDSQ QRT as the Americans. Join with me is First Lieutenant Rob.
Hello.
Sergeant McLaren.
Howdy.
And Corporal Strider.
Hello.
I really wanted to say Corporal Striker for whatever reason.
It's okay. I'd answer to that too.
So
all right, here we
is
go.
the map the same? Oh, it's almost the same.
It's almost
just,
it's
almost
almost a
identical.
full northern assault here.
This is going to be interesting. Lots of deep flanks.
Isn't this fantastic though? Same map, same middle point. Like, can't get any more competitive and even than that, right?
Well,
yeah.
that's just it. And the only real difference, I think, is the Allied size defensive. Instead of Maison de Crete, you're up at artillery. Route du Harass is the same.
So
Looks
let's
like we're going
see.
the same type of tactics, though.
Yeah, get one flanking team going from the south on the German side, at least.
Yeah, it looks like. Well, it seems like on the German side, they're taking a much more centered approach to try and get to the point. They do have like these deep flanks going on, but
I wonder if BDSQ is going to be more aggressive in this one, because they were very aggressive at the start, and I think they showed that they can really push if they move in force.
Well, it sounds like artillery is already starting to go off.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, and
BDSQ already has their supply truck. They built a garrison and they already have their supply truck on St. Mary Glees.
This is crazy. Artillery is already shelling where they're expecting them to push up, and it's deadly accurate on the roads. One of those tanks just nearly took an artillery round to the face.
That was really good on their part. Yeah, QRT is first to the point. NPA, though, is taking a slower approach, but they're getting RD too.
It's
KRT, brother man, KRT.
KRT.
It's almost the same approach as last time, right? You get NPA moving to their defensive position, one squad on the flank. Actually, no, NPA's pushing into St. Mary right now.
They just
They're
dumped their troops out of the support support truck.
They're pushing hard for the church.
Definitely are.
And right now, KRT is like, that church is our church, and we got 2 tanks on either side of the church. As the rest of the BDSQ guys are making their move in. Oh, this is going to be a battle.
There are huge forces on both sides. Yeah. I think there's only armor support for KRT and BDSQ.
Yeah, you're correct there.
German tanks.
Yo, Strider, go take a look at what that recon vehicle's up to on the north side. It looks like he's... Oh, he just went completely.
No, he just went, got exploded. Yep. He was going for the flank. I didn't even see him. He was being so sneaky. But it looked like he was trying to go for the flank on the German side and
actually
got flanked himself.
Yeah, it looks like Never Play Alone made short work of 2 of those armors. Oh no, that was just they took out the recon, took out their supply truck, and now they have the 2 tanks to deal with on the church.
It looks like the NPA's tank, they got a Tiger sitting back to defend. I guess they're going to kind of use the same tactics and keep their armor out of the main streets.
I can't blame them. Honestly, this is it's hard to use armor on this side. The US definitely has the advantage with the armor approach because they have a little bit more area to work with instead of having to funnel up those tight streets.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Armor really needs to find a spot where they can have a good field of fire and still have protection from infantry.
The positioning for the Tiger on NPA's side, they got a good hold on that northern flank at Hospice. Anyone coming up that way, no problem. If their tanks want to get to them, they gotta either go the long way around or through the city streets.
And you can see both teams kind of scrap the let's go wide and do all the fun flanking maneuvers for just like, we're entering the meat grinder, let's get it.
Yeah.
NPA definitely being more aggressive. Their defensive was, they're holding only a couple troopers back to set up nodes and other defenses on the point, while the rest of the squads are heading straight towards Hospice.
And here comes the flip.
And there we go.
And St. Mary is taken by BDSQ first again.
The aggressive push really helped them out this time.
Meanwhile,
And yet
both
they're
recon
still playing the
elements
flank.
starting to make their way
Oh, I
around.
guess. So I guess shout out to Kibbs from NPA for donating a total of $445 to this event.
Oh,
Wow.
he was like the match organizer, so he collected all the money and then donated.
Shout out to Kibbs for donating that out of his personal
doing all
wallet.
that.
I'm pretty sure though that's like all of the Team Dix guys who donated just went right through Kibbs.
Yeah.
Still, thanks to Team Dix for such an awesome donation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Watching
like
this flank over here by Hospice, and it looks to be fairly... You can't tell if BDSQ is just trying to feel them out or just haven't supplied enough force to push through.
Well, I'm looking at this and nope, there it goes.
Chances.
Right now, the garrison on St. Mary is overrun by our man Kebs. Oh, he just went down. Out there, low man on the church, locking out that garrison like a hero.
He might oh, never mind. He just died or respawned. Because I knew there was a glitch, but I don't know if it still exists where you could be down and bleeding out and still block out a garrison.
You can't. It's part of the game mechanics. I don't think it's a glitch. If you're still alive and bleeding out, you're still technically alive because the game doesn't count you as a kill until after you bleed out or give up.
I think I think that's a glitch, or at the very least, they need to change it to where you could double tap somebody who's down.
Should be able to shoot them, yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's a catch-22, right? Like, if you're sitting there blocking out, but you're then not in the fight, so it's like a give and take. And you can also just explode their body.
Mm-hmm. I still agree that you should be able to double tap them, though. Even if it is have to be a headshot.
Sparrow, do you want to put a timer on if you haven't?
Let's see, we got...
Player count looks good.
Thank you, Strider.
Yes?
Working on timer. Let's see.
It looks like Never Play Alone is again kind of holding that front left side just as they did last round. It seems like that's the approach they're most comfortable with, trying to take the church from.
Looks like BDSQ has pushed up a tank to try and take care of this Tiger for the Hospice push.
Yeah, but they've taken a few hits already. The Tiger's got sight lines on him.
Mm-hmm. Tiger's isn't even shooting up. I think
No,
that
he
Sherman
is.
still looking for him.
I just watched him. I just saw the muzzle flash off him. He's shooting a few of them. I don't think
He hasn't
hitting
seen
him.
the Sherman yet. He's shooting for infantry, it looks like.
From the looks of it, the Tiger's hidden behind a bush, or not the Tiger, the Sherman's
Sherman.
hidden behind a bush now, probably repairing because it looked like they were smoking.
Definitely. He's starting to make his push out now. He's still looking a little bit... Oh, and he found some more AT. He's definitely thinking twice about crossing that field again.
There you go.
Never Play Alone's on making a
Oh,
pretty
the
good push
long
on the
range.
church. They have a squad size plus element pushing into the church from that close side, the hospice side.
It's like BDSQ's Sherman went down to a long-range rocket.
And some guys can pull off some crazy shots with those AT guns. Or bazookas.
Looks like the armor support BDSQ had early has now been extinguished, and Never Play Alone is starting to pressure with pretty strong map control to the checkpoint side and gaining map control on the hospice.
Oh
Also
yeah, they're
looks like
capping.
starting to cap it on St. Mary on the church right now.
Yep.
Man, of all the times to have a satchel, though, now would be it. I don't know if a name on NPA side has a satchel that he's trying to get down.
Looks
Ooh,
like
that was a
that
big
Tiger's
explosion.
starting to push through the field. Get a little pressure on the forward approach from BDSQ. Only a small group remaining to defend route to harass.
You mean artillery? Oh,
Looks
never mind.
like-
No,
Looks like BDSQ is really having a hard time trying to deal with this Tiger up near hospice.
well, by the looks of it, their only AT guy in the area just got taken out. He almost had a flank shot on him, but they had a decent amount of infantry blocking their way. But it looks like another one just came in on the left side of that Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Never Play
Just
Alone
spawned in.
has
Looks like he just got taken out.
Never
Nope,
Play
2
Alone
ATs.
has almost.
Oh, it looks like...
Sorry,
Rob. We
Oh,
keep
go ahead.
talking over you.
I was just saying, Never Play Alone now has almost complete control over the checkpoint side of St. Mary Lee's. So right now the main force is BDSQ, KRT's forces hold up in the church as more or less their main defensive front.
Looks like
Man,
a 76 just rolled up, and the Tiger has been taken out.
I just want to see Xylon run into this church right now and place down a satchel church. That's all I want to see. Like, he's in a good spot. He could make it.
And that would be ruthless too, because you would absolutely annihilate that garrison in probably a couple of Ps.
Is the garrison inside the church?
I don't think that's possible, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yes, it probably is inside the church based
Yes,
on the
yeah, it
aerial.
is. It totally is.
I mean, there's literally two squad-sized sections just holding the church.
Well, it looks like the entire push, from what I can see on route to harass, has been held off. Aside from that 76 up in the field.
Which he's slowly retreating because that infantry is swarming him.
Whew.
This is not a good
Ooh.
place that he wants to be in.
That bombing run whiffed a little bit, but man, it took out one poor soul.
Does still look good on the horizon from here.
Looks
Yeah,
like BDSQ is starting to regain map control around St. Mary Lee's.
They were able to hold off the defense pretty well.
Xylon went down.
No, Xylon! Now we have to worry about excel. Your time to excel to the church and blow it to bits. Although it seems like BDSQ has fought its way out of the church now.
Yeah, they just did one strong push on this American position. They were kind of sequestered into one building.
It's crazy to think, you know, one satchel charge could be the difference maker.
You know, I almost thought they were going to put a satchel charge on the 76 up here, but it was the wrong class, unfortunately.
Oh, but that 76 has an AT guy coming up behind him.
He
And
does.
He's giving a nice clear rear shot.
TC jumped out and got himself blasted in the face.
Hate to see it.
It looks like behind hospice there's an airhead going down for NPA.
Well, that 76 is about to get flanked by 2 AT rockets. He's about to have a really bad day.
Yeah, but
Oh.
that tank commander just came in. Maybe he could see him as he Gets it from the rear.
Here comes the bombing run for NPA.
There's one rocket.
Yeah, that seemed to have whiffed
Waiting
a
on the
little
second
bit
one.
as well.
That Sherman's just going all in on getting out of there.
There goes the 76.
And it wasn't fast enough.
Yep, not fast enough.
Looks like once again BDSQ's kind of reaffirming their defensive stronghold.
Looks like an airhead was just dropped as well.
Yep, they put one in. Well, the Allies put one down on just in Fox 2 or Fox 4, sorry, over in Hospice.
They gotta reinforce that flank because it is wide open for BDSQ for.
It looks like the command from BDSQ though snuffed out that airhead. Good eyes from Cisporin. Good stuff, man.
Ooh, NPA has got that. It did spawn on that though. And they are moving through.
I'm wondering if Dark Times Ahead got spotted here. He's walking up on a
He
German.
was taking fire.
You gotta say the MPA's been doing a good job with supply runs. I'm constantly seeing trucks come rolling up to the front.
Oh,
Dropping
another
supplies
spawn
off,
wave.
Big
going
spawn
back.
on the airhead right now.
NPA's got a nice wave pushing through.
Tiger's
It has
starting
been
to-
spotted though.
Tiger's pulling back up to the defensive position they had before.
Looks like that airhead's taking fire from a MG up in the church steeple. That guy's got some good eyes.
Yeah, it's getting marked up real nice by the
Oh,
command.
definitely is. It's right on top of it.
I think that Tiger has a shot on the church steeple. Put a couple rounds up in the window from where they're at.
Possibly.
From the angle I've got, it looks like they could get one high enough, but you might
That
not
church
see
steeple
much.
is pretty high.
The BDSQ's doing a great job. They have pretty firm map control over the St. Mary Glees at this point.
This airhead's really gonna test their metal though. There's not much defending it from the position here, except for that 76 out in the field.
They still have that squad size element though on the east side and that MG schwacking away.
It's very true. It will be hard for MPA to push across that field with that MG still up. They'll have to push in through the town.
Looks like the defensive squad for MPA has really spread out, taking a wide kind of approach around their defensive position.
It doesn't even look like
But I don't-
BDSQ's putting any attempt on pressure.
No, I don't see anyone in the area.
And Sovereign's here having a Saving Private Ryan here being set up in the church steeple with the machine gun. Engaging fairly long distance at the people at the airhead. It seems like MPA more or less has established themselves in the north, and they're taking out a garrison now.
Oh, small squad element just spawned in near route to harass. Looks like they're going to start pressuring the next objective again from BDSQ.
Coming in from that south side.
Yeah, two squad leads just came in with looks like just one guy left. Tiger's on him already.
Tigers have a way with words, don't they?
Mm.
They can convince people to turn around real quick.
It won't be long now when they find that garrison they snuck in over there.
I wonder if NPA will actually send that Tiger up to clear it or send some infantry back.
I think they might keep the Tiger back. Last time they sent him up, he got flanked by two AT guys. So they might be a little bit more conservative with the Tiger. Especially if they
That's
want to
true.
use more infantry on the assault of St. Mare, right? Because that Tiger could hold this flank from an open field. And you got just a couple guys covering the hedge, the tree line on their right. You know, it's going to be a tough target to take out.
Yeah, it seems like the battle for St. Mary Lee's has kind of shifted north towards the hospice.
That airhead definitely changed their focus.
Seems like they're starting to drop BDSQ's dropping artillery down en route to harass now.
Meanwhile, it looks like BDSQ is trying to get some garrisons set up with their recon squad on the C5 to give a different approach to the route to harass.
Yeah.
BDSQ's.
Well, they got one recon guy going straight in. He's charging all on his own.
Might go and be able to clear it off.
Mr. KRT Bushwhacker.
Bushwhacker.
Being crazy. Absolutely insane on his own against. Well, it looks like they got 3 defenders right now. He's taking out one.
Looks like this NPA push was pretty much shut down. They've had to fall back on that garrison. They got the garrison, but they're having a hard time with clearing out the rest of the infantry.
Right now, though, BDSQ doesn't have a tremendous presence on point, but MPA is not quite in striking distance.
And
unfortunately, they're kind of tied up just inside the town.
Bushwhacker got a little ding in the head and disappeared from view.
He got bushwhacked.
It was a good effort, but he ran into one too many engineers.
Looks like BDSQ has got their northern garrison back up.
That Tiger in that position is extremely dangerous. That northern approach to route to harass is almost locked down.
Mm-hmm. Just throwing HE into that field, trying to pop that outpost. Looks like there's an NPA looking for the same thing. Let's see who's going to win that dogfight.
Yep.
Yeah, NPA's kind of been pushed back to their garrison, which is hot. The main pressuring garrison for St. Mary Glees.
Yeah. Strider, can you do me a favor? Can you go down and just monitor that garrison on the C5 line? That's going to be pretty close. We want to make sure we keep guys in bounds so we're not recon.
Are you talking about the garrison that's in G3?
Or
C3, I see it.
C5, yeah.
Oh, that garrison.
Yeah, the one on the line. Just make sure those guys stay in bounds.
There's also one in the C3, or supplies going down in C3 as well.
Yeah.
Looks like BDSQ's dropped some smoke artillery down on the Tiger, blinding their view. And actually, I didn't see this before, but they also have, I believe that's a repair station. Yeah, they put a repair station hiding in a bush next to where that Tiger's been set up. That's a good move by NPA.
Yeah, BDSQ really has commanding presence over the town of St. Mary Glees. Seems like NPA is having a hard time finding weak angles of approach to be able to pincer in.
Just so that you're aware, Rob, our 2 recon squads are Echo and Dog.
Yeah, I'm tracking.
Copy that.
Does look like the commander's taking supplies up for NPA, the small squad, somewhere in Fox 8, probably to get some nodes going. Or a backward garrison or a forward garrison.
Somebody just took out a garrison in a B4 keypad 3.
Yeah, it's recon.
Okay.
So
heck, there's a lot going on behind the point. Bushwhacker.
I'm watching the India Dose squad. Make sure they don't cross over. They're doing a good job of keeping away.
That Tiger's pulling off the point. I think they're starting to shift from the southern flank that has been put on by BDSQ.
Something just exploded.
Well, that was a supply truck.
Supply truck from a Rocketeer.
Nothing too fancy. He's finding himself a bit surrounded by some BDSQ guys on his own side.
So we're at the 20-minute mark. If you want to throw an announcement out.
On it.
Wish you could turn on grid line. That would be nice.
It's interesting to see how NPA has actually set up the new barbed wire defenses around this point. Very much trying to make it as hard as humanly possible to get in.
Doing a good job of it. So far, it looks like only vehicles can come in on the road.
Yeah, but even then, they've got a Belgian gate set up. Bombing run on the point.
Yeah, that whiffed.
Some nice defenses here.
NPA was starting to cap St. Mare a bit. It's a contested region right now, so there must be a smaller force.
Yeah, BDSQ doesn't have too much on St. Mary Glees, and right now, NPA, who is that Jesus squad, is getting it done. Found that gap in the defense, starting to make their way in.
Let's see, what class is Excel, the engineer?
That's the only thing you want from this whole hour-and-a-half experience. One satchel on the church.
Definitely.
We've definitely
Make
gotten
this
a couple.
all worth.
The NPA defensive is starting to spread out here. We got 3 BDSQ pushing hard. 1 squad lead in behind. Constant artillery barrage on the point.
Yep, BDSQ has retwiddled themselves into the church.
Retwiddled? Is that what you said?
Turtle.
Yeah.
Turtle.
Oh,
Twiddled.
turtle.
No, I heard retwiddled.
You know, if you aren't retwiddling stuff, then what are we here for?
I like that word. We should keep that.
That's the new saying. Anytime we have to turtle, we twiddle.
It's
We
new
twiddles.
meta.
I like turtles.
And it
I
looks
like
like
twiddles.
army support from BDSQ is starting to move to counter that assault checkpoint sided assault from Never Play Alone.
Oh, it looks like that tiger found the OP put down by Bushwhack. Bushwhack is trying to keep low, make sure he doesn't get spotted again.
Doesn't want to get bushwhacked again.
Oh, but he did.
Oh.
Nothing's gonna save him from that tiger.
If only satchel charges were given to the spotters.
Still have micro LWS and Bushwhack's crew still down here trying to push through to harass.
Keeping up at least a little bit of pressure. Keep NPA from going too all in on St.
Yep.
Mare.
Yep.
Looks
NPA
like
is starting
NPA's
to
put
make
2 squad leads and a full squad back here too.
Yep, and NPA is starting to breach into the church. Sadly, not with a.
No satchel, unfortunately.
He just it looks like Kebs was able to get a nade off to kill a couple of them. So the church is starting to lose numbers.
Well, looks like they got a couple.
Looks
Got a little bit of a pinch going on St. Mare now.
Yeah.
Alpha
Oh,
section.
it looks like I think Terrorek is down, but he's right next to their garrison, so he might be blocking it. Well, they just blew him up.
Yeah.
Lord
And-
Vader just went down in behind his own lines. We got Netty Vidid.
Good luck with that.
I
one,
definitely
Larry.
bodged that.
Good try.
Censor me on that one. Cut that out.
Yeah. You know, one thing BDSQ I think isn't doing as well as they did the first round. Last round they had 4 garrisons all over the point. This round they really only have the one on church and then one very far south. Now perhaps NPA is doing really good at sniffing them out and taking them down, but now that the pressure's on, NPA is all over the church from 2 angles.
I'll also say that BDSQ, their armor presence, at least on route to harass, has been almost non-existent. They like, I've only ever seen 1 tank. Last time they seem to have tanks running in pairs, putting up good pressure. It looks like we got a 75 charging Tiger right now.
Looks like artillery's trying to smoke that tiger off so that 76
Yeah.
can get a good or sorry,
Actually-
75.
It could be the 75 smoking the Tiger.
I think it is.
And Never Play
Yeah.
Alone's getting in there.
Yeah, Never Play Alone has actually gone
Oh,
into
he's
the
definitely
church.
smoking off that tiger. He's making him work for it. Poor Lieutenant Dan just got run over by a Sherman.
It looks like Keds here is about to take out the. Yep, they just took out the garrison that was on the point.
Yeah,
It was not a
BDSQ
good
might be in a
spot.
little trouble here. It looks like they're all collapsing in to try to hold that St. Mary Glace. Never play
76
them
trying to
alone.
use this
And
mobility,
they're
but it's
still
not working
losing it.
out for him.
Now, if they lose St. Mary Glace, another important aspect is they're going to lose all their nodes. And right now, based on the munitions, they really are in desperate need for those
There
nodes.
goes 75.
Yeah, that Tiger survived the assault. 75 is gone.
70 tried to perform a
St.
fury
Mary
and
Glace
couldn't
is
get around
falling.
him.
Actually, no, it looks like they're starting to hold on to St. Mary again.
And it looks like
Oh, they're
BDSQ
defending
came
it.
in
Oh.
and was able to snuff out that attack. NPA is trying to get regrouped and keep that pressure on.
And NPA must be getting frustrated. They get so close. There's a few times they were getting close to capping the point and they just get pushed off it.
Meanwhile, Thin Chelvin, lone AT guy in the back, looking to finish off that 76, has one round in its side, looking for the second, as that 75 is escaping with all its might. Might just barely be able to get away. And there
Oh,
goes
he got
Thin
taken out.
Chelvin. Good effort,
Oh,
mate.
Shelvin.
No.
Wasn't thin enough.
Man,
You gotta be thin
BDSQ.
enough that the bullets just go around you.
Yeah, BTSQ reaffirmed their commanding presence on St. Mare.
Here
So
in the
far
7
from
cap,
He's
we,
not done yet, though.
we reinforce positive body standards. All right, you gotta be so thin the bullets like just go around you.
Positive body standards. Now there is a word.
Positive body standards. Oh, it looks like NPA got a close OP.
I personally
got
think
Sheldon's
that little
back at
courtyard, where NPA is trying to come from, that's where you want to hit the church from. That's like your
Definitely.
money move. That's where you should just be having satchel, like just sending them.
If they get one satchel on that church, it'll work. Looks
Come
like Dark Times Ahead's trying to
on.
flank around to the southeast.
I'm voting for Excel here to get that satchel there, but he's
shall
running
see.
the wrong way.
It's such, and like what you were saying, Rob, is that place is just, it's easily defendable, and you have overwatch from both the church and from the buildings surrounding it. It's just the best spot to spawn from. Fortunately, it looks like the squad lead got taken out.
Looks like we're approaching getting close to the 10-minute mark. As, you know, Never Play Alone is more or less completely snuffed out the assault on Route de Haras.
I gotta say, BDSQ has not been as aggressive on assaulting this time around. They were definitely a bit more aggressive last time. I think they've, like you said, Rob, they've really twiddled in this match.
It's
I
difficult
think
though.
that's due. Yeah.
You know,
I
the
just think
second you
it's-
move off, it's like you immediately get that cap pressure. You're just like, ah.
Well, if you notice, like every time they start to cap, like guys they're very good at pulling back and securing their defensive position. Like
Well, I
even
think it's-
NPA's been doing it too, where they'd be off point and then all of a sudden they realize, hey, we're starting to lose our grip. Let's all get back and hold on.
I think it also has to do with the fact that BDSQ knows that all they need is 1 point to win. And if they lose that 1 point to NPA, then NPA wins.
It's a lot of pressure on NPA right now.
Definitely.
personally-
but they're handling it really well.
I just want MPA to win because, or at least get this middle point to cause a tie.
Definitely.
Because then it may promote more donations on
Wait
BDSQ
a
part.
second. Is one of our admins calling favorites? Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Oh,
Censor,
God.
censor. Okay, we got
Censor.
2 admins that got to be censored now.
No, that's 3 because of yours, McLaren.
Oh yes, sorry, 3.
Shredder is the only censorless admin.
I
My
take no
my
bias.
censor was more just to cover up the little what I said. I may have
Isn't that all
misspoken.
censored?
The thing that shall not be named.
Alright, so we're hitting the 10-minute mark. Let's let teams know.
Looks like BDSQ is just fully taken over this center square. All of the defensive points and houses are belong to them.
Except in the in the rear church side, it looks like NPA is actually starting to make some pressure in.
They only have really so many avenues that they can come through, though. As long as BDSQ or KRT hold the church.
That tiger just went down. I'm not sure what got him, but that tiger is gone. Looks like, is that a 76 off in the distance? I can't quite see from where I'm at.
Looks like the 76 on the point, and Chapel is being surrounded by Dark Times' squad. It's only a matter of time.
There he goes. That was my tiny shell.
Only a matter of time until it takes a rocket.
So Excel Sparrow is actually pretty close for a saturable church.
Yeah, but he keeps running the wrong way.
We love you,
There's
Excel.
only one more guy left in the chapel. I wonder if NPA is going to be able to take it and hold it. Coming in from two directions. Good split push. And they've cleared the chapel.
Cap's starting to go on NPA's favor.
NPA's finally gotten into that point, and it looks like they've gotten control of like the south side of the church area, where as BDSQ and KRT and DKB are all kind of more on the north side of it.
Yeah, but BDSQ HE just went and probably was able to wipe out that outpost on the south side of the church. So good move from him. That MG and that OP wipe.
We got a BDSQ tank pushing up en route to harass with a small infantry element moving with him. The German Tiger has been eliminated long range of that 76.
There's still an American tank over near the point.
But NPA has 3 guys inside the chapel now on point, so if they can keep BDSQ out of that point, it might be easier for a next assault.
And there's never plays alone.
There's another bombing run coming in on chapel.
Bombing run, a little strafing run.
Looks like the Germans are trying to keep their foothold.
BDSQ starting to put a harder push en route to harass.
NPA starting to clear off OPs sitting up here on Chapel. They only have one close garrison left to clear off on the north side.
If any admins or if any of the game developers ever watch these videos, give me a way to automatically orbit a point instead of me having to do this manually. Please.
I think I'd rather just see that when I click my map in the admin cam, I can see both teams.
Oh, that too.
That too. I feel like I've been going in circles around the church for a little bit.
That's why I just pick having the ultra wide screen. I'm able to just pick a point, kind of zoom out, and see everything. Add a compass and grid squares as well, devs.
Yeah.
Compass is at the bottom.
Oh, the compass is at the bottom. Yeah, you're right.
All right, we'll censor that one out for you, Strider.
Damn it.
So I Never Play Alone is trying to make a hard push, it looks like, from the cemetery, like coming in from behind.
Yeah, they have marked a enemy garrison or something near there.
Yep, there is. It looks like they might have passed it, however.
Dark Times Ahead has been a real good job of just circling the point and putting OPs down and keeping the squad coming in from different directions each and every time.
Getting short on time here, though, approaching the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, they got to make a decision. Do they go all in on St. Mary Glees?
Gotta risk it for the biscuit, bro.
That's.
I think at this point, it's like if the only way you can possibly win is by taking the point, you just commit to taking the point.
Well, that's just it. If they don't take the point, the match goes to BDSQ, and it's all theirs. But if they can capture, St. Mare.
Now, remind me, Rob or Sparrow, this is a single elimination or double elimination tournament?
It's not elimination. It's just winners play winners, and if you lose the match, you play someone else who lost. So it's like you win week 1, you play someone else who won week 1. If you win,
you got the champions. You got the Champions Cup. And you got the Toilet Bowl Cup.
So there, it's double elimination then.
Well,
Basically.
everyone plays all 3 games, so there's no elimination. It's just
Ah,
who you play
gotcha.
next is just determined. Like, so everyone who wins the week before will play someone else who won the week before, and then if you lost the week, so basically it guarantees that everyone should have at least one really good match.
Gotcha. Cool.
So we're now under the 5-minute mark. As here we go, never play alone, coming in from the cemetery approach.
It looks like BDSQ has started to pull guys off of church. There's only 1 squad element here. About 5 or 6 guys.
There's a good amount of NPA pushing on to the main point right now.
Let's see if they can get on there fast enough. They still have to clear out, looks about 4 guys on the northern side.
You guys are giving
of church.
NPA time marks, yeah?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yes. Wait, I'm not on NPA. Never mind.
All right, Strider, that's the second thing we got to censor out on you now.
Hey, I was the last one. I got to start the next round. So. Besides, that's just the non-biased part of me, because I'm on both teams at the same time. I want both to win.
Everyone wins in my books.
Exactly.
If you had fun, you win.
Time flies and all that.
Looks like the NPA is setting it for one last little push into St. Mare. Contesting the region at least. Actually, they're getting close to capping it if they can get to that strong point.
It seems like there's at least 2 squads.
There it is.
like it's
Excel
contested.
is on the church. Is he? I'm zooming in on that.
No,
Is he
he's not. Oh, they're all right.
Is he? I'm zooming in on
No,
that. Is
he's
he
not.